Welcome to Business Book Daily. Today I'm breaking down Tiny Habits by Fogg, a book about why lasting change doesn't usually come from huge goals, guilt, or forcing yourself to be more disciplined. It comes from making new behaviors so small and easy that they fit naturally into daily life. I'll cover the big idea, the practical business lesson, and 3 sharp insights you can use right away. Let's get into it. But first, a word from our sponsor. Want to sell more without adding fixed payroll? A lot of smart operators hire commission-only reps, experienced sellers who get paid only when they produce results. If that sounds like a smarter way to scale, post your opportunity at commissiononly.com. Thousands of motivated reps are actively looking for performance-based roles right now. Commissiononly.com. Today's book is Tiny Habits by Fogg. He's a Stanford behavior scientist and founder of the Behavior Design Lab, where he studies how people change their behavior. The core argument is simple. If you want better habits, don't start by trying harder. Start by making the behavior tiny, attach it to something you already do, and celebrate the win so your brain wants to repeat it. That's what makes this book useful. A lot of people blame themselves when change doesn't stick. They think they're lazy, weak, or not disciplined enough. But the book makes a much smarter point. Most habit failure is really a design problem. If a behavior is too hard, too vague, badly timed, or easy to forget, it probably won't happen for long. The answer isn't more guilt, it's better design. The practical lesson is this. Behavior happens when 3 things come together: motivation, ability, and a prompt. Motivation means you want to do it. Ability means it's easy enough to do. A prompt means something reminds you at the right moment. If one of those pieces is missing, the behavior usually falls apart. That's a simple model, but it changes how you think about habits. Instead of asking, why can't I make myself do this? You start asking, which part of the design is broken? Maybe the habit is too big. Maybe the prompt is missing. Maybe the action requires too much effort. Maybe the reward comes too late. Once you see behavior that way, change becomes less mysterious and much more practical. One of the strongest ideas in the book is that tiny is powerful because tiny is doable. A habit should start so small that it feels almost impossible to fail. Instead of saying, I'm going to work out for an hour every day, start with 1 push-up after brushing your teeth. Instead of saying, I'm going to organize my whole business, start by writing down 1 priority after opening your laptop. The point isn't to stay tiny forever. The point is to make starting easy enough that the behavior can become automatic. That matters in business too. If you want a team to adopt a new behavior, don't make the first version heavy. Make it simple enough that people can do it even on a busy day. Another key lesson is that prompts work best when they're already part of life. The book recommends attaching a new habit to something you already do. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, I'll write down 1 priority. After I finish a sales call, I'll record the next step. After our morning stand-up, I'll send 1 blocker to the team channel. The existing action becomes a trigger. That makes the new behavior easier to remember because it's tied to something that already happens. The book also argues that people change best by feeling good, not by feeling bad. That's a useful correction because a lot of habit advice is built around shame. Push harder, stop making excuses, be more disciplined. But guilt is a lousy long-term system. Feeling successful helps the brain connect the behavior with progress. That can be as simple as saying done, taking a second to feel proud, or having a manager notice and reinforce the behavior. This may sound small, but it matters. People repeat behaviors that feel good. Another major idea is that environment beats willpower. If a habit is hard to do, people won't do it for long. Better habit design removes friction and puts the right tools in the right place. If you want people to fill out a form, make the form easy to find. If you want customers to book a follow-up, make the next step obvious. If you want your team to use a checklist, put it inside the workflow instead of hiding it in a folder nobody opens. The easier the behavior is in the moment, the more likely it is to happen. So how do you apply this? Start by choosing 1 behavior you want to improve. Don't begin with a vague goal like be more productive or improve customer service. Pick 1 clear action. That could be sending 1 follow-up after every sales call, reviewing the top support issue each morning, writing down the next step before leaving a meeting, or checking the top priority when you open your laptop. Next, make the behavior tiny. If the action feels heavy, people will avoid it. A sales manager may want reps to update the CRM after every call, but the tiny version could be entering one next step before closing the tab. A team leader may want better meeting notes, but the tiny version could be writing one sentence about the decision made. Then attach the habit to something that already happens. This is the anchor. After I finish a sales call, I'll record the next step. After the morning stand-up, I'll send one blocker. After I open my laptop, I'll check the top priority. The stronger the existing routine, the easier the new habit becomes. After that, reduce friction. Make the behavior easy to do in the moment. Put the form, checklist, template, app, document, or tool exactly where people need it. If someone has to search for a link, log in twice, ask for access, or remember a long process, the habit will probably break down. Then add a quick feeling of success. In a team setting, a manager can reinforce a new habit by noticing it, thanking people for doing it, or showing how it helped the team. For a personal habit, even a quick mental, "nice, that's done," can help the behavior stick. You can also use this approach with customers. If you want customers to use a product, book a follow-up, complete onboarding, leave a review or renew, make the action small and clear. Give them the right prompt at the right time. Remove unnecessary steps. Help them feel progress quickly. Don't depend on motivation alone. Motivation rises and falls. A good system works even when people are busy, tired, distracted, or not in the mood. That's why tiny habits are so useful in business. They turn important behaviors into repeatable defaults instead of heroic efforts. Finally, scale only after the habit works. Once people are doing the tiny version reliably, you can grow it. One follow-up note can become a better sales process. One daily customer insight can become a stronger product feedback loop. One tiny planning habit can become better team execution. Small wins aren't the end goal. They're the safest starting point. Now, here are 3 insights worth sharing. First, most behavior change fails because the habit is poorly designed, not because people are lazy. Make the action smaller, attach it to an existing routine, and remove the friction. Second, motivation is useful, but it's unreliable. The smarter move is to design habits that still work when people are busy, tired, or distracted. Third, big goals don't create change by themselves. Tiny actions repeated in the right place at the right time are what turn intention into progress. Today's closing sponsor is memoirghostwriting.com. Many of the best business books start as ideas leaders have been refining for years. Memoirghostwriting.com works with founders, executives, and industry experts to turn those ideas into polished business books that build authority, attract leads, and open doors. They handle everything from interviews to writing to editing to publishing. If there's a book in your head that should already be helping your business, learn more at memoirghostwriting.com. That's it for today. See you next time.